go to a baseball game for my stepson, and his mom's there, my now husband's there, her fiance's there, or boyfriend at the time, whatever, and then my stepson, of course, is playing baseball, right? And my daughter, right? Well, I can't remember what I did, but I did something weird. I know what it is, which honestly, Ian, you're stupid for getting mad at me for this. I remember going, like, taking Petra, we were trying to get, like, something to drink, and the water fountain wasn't working. So I took her back to the car to find something to drink, because, like, we're both thirsty. And mind you, I don't know how I knew, like, a baby was thirsty, but, like, I don't know. I was, and then I go to the car, and the only thing to drink in the car is coffee. And she grabs it from me and ends up drinking some of it, and he walks up, and he's mad at me because she drank some of the coffee, and also she had a really cute, like, outfit on, white jacket, and she'd spilled it on the front of herself. So now he's mad that, like, you know, I took off and I gave our daughter coffee, right? Like, wait, he overreacted. I'm sorry, he overreacted. But anyways, so then he's like, you need to get help, like, takes Petra and walks away, right? And I guess goes to join, like, his ex, and watch the rest of the baseball game. Whatever, like, in my mind, when he says this, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I need to get help. Like, he needs help. Like, you know, maybe his ex, like, has this power over him, and, like, I'm supposed to help him, like, you know? So, again, I had a phone, but I couldn't remember, like, the code to it or something stupid. So the only thing I could do, so now I'm looking for him and Petra, right? And, like, they're not in the same spot as, like, they were before. So I can't call him because my phone is off, or I can't get in it. And it says I can make an emergency call. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, he said to get help. And also it says I can only make an emergency call. So I must be supposed to make an emergency call. I call 911 and I report my family missing at this baseball park. I tell them that I can't find my family, that my family's missing. So they send the police, right? And the police are like, ma'am, like, let's just call him. Like, we're not doing this. Like, they don't even leave the parking lot. They meet me in the parking lot, and they're like, no, we're just going to call him. So they call him, and of course he walks up, but he doesn't have my daughter, right? And he's like, well, here I am, you know, and they're like, and I'm like freaking out. I'm like, where's Petra, though? So I think my daughter has been, like, kidnapped by his ex for whatever reason. And mind you, her and I are cool now. Like, I have no issues, but for whatever reason, I thought she was out to get me, like, trying to steal my daughter, all these things. And I freak out and I'm screaming, but where's Petra? And I'm telling them, like, they need to look for her. Like, what's going on? They want to take me somewhere. He asked them not to. He says, I'll take care of this. Like, please just go. I'm screaming, making a scene. Everyone's watching. And the cops leave me alone. They didn't want to, but he was like, please just leave. Like, I got this. So then he takes me to the car and he's like, you need to go and check yourself in somewhere. So he drives me to the hospital. And at this point, mind you, I'm still thinking that my daughter's missing and that he's still asking me to get help to get her back from, like, the evil ex, right? And so I walk into a hospital and I, like, talked to them. I can't remember. I had been there before, and, like, they had, like, stuck me with they had, like, injected me with something, I guess, to calm me down, and, like, I felt like I was drugged, you know, like, and I remember, like, begging them not to, like, because, you know, I had, like, no trust with doctors and stuff. Anyways, so this same hospital he had brought me back to, I'm like, you know, I don't want to go back in there. I don't want to check into there. Well, he leaves, and I'm still thinking again that I need to find my daughter. So I go up to the desk and I'm telling them that, like, my daughter's missing. And now that I think about it, like, it's kind of, like, surprising how, like, they didn't even, like, nothing, like, they didn't do anything. They didn't react. Like, I guess I looked that crazy and out of it. Like, they were like, yeah, okay, like, whatever, you know, but, like, I genuinely just was like, my daughter's missing. Like, I need help. And they were like, oh, we'll go to the other side. So I go out and I go to walk to the other side, and now he's gone. And I'm like, okay, screw this. Like, I got to go find her myself. Right. So I proceed to, like, walk around some more, like, looking for my daughter, and as I'm doing this, like, and I'm trying to call Ian, trying to get him to come get me back, and he's like, I had to use somebody else's phone, mind you. I had to stop and, like, find someone else's phone to use because I don't have a phone. And he's like, no, like, I'm not doing it. Well, then, like, as I'm, like, just standing on the side of the road, a cop, like, pulls up, right? Like, I don't know if someone called and, like, said I was crazy. I don't know what it was. But anyways, the cop pulls up and, like, I tell him, like, my daughter's missing, yada, 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 the whole story. he calls Ian, like, he hears my daughter in the background, like, Petra's fine, you know, but, like, in my mind, like, I'm like, no, I don't believe it, right? So I'm still freaking out that my daughter's missing. I remember it was, like, a brown-skinned guy. I remember telling him, like, because he called for backup, so then, like, these two, like, white guys came, and I remember telling him, like, please don't, I don't trust white people, like, please don't leave me with them, you know? And then they bring me to a hospital. They bring me to, like, through the back of a hospital, the same hospital that I didn't want to go to, right? And I don't even really realize, like, what hospital I'm in, like, and they have me in cuffs now. I'm freaking out. Well, in this room, they have me sitting waiting, and I hear what I swear is my daughter on the other side. I get up, start freaking out, like, my daughter, I'm banging against the wall, and, like, they're just, like, the guy was, like, laughing, like, it was, like, kind of, I was, like, so out of it, and it's, like, sad, because it really was, like, really sad, and just terrible and embarrassing, but he, like, thought it was funny, and I definitely didn't. So then I'm more mad because he's, like, laughing at me, and then they, like, bring me into the hospital room, like, you know, see, obviously, like, I'm a psychopath, like, my daughter's not missing, like, they know she's not missing, like, I'm just a psycho, like they always do, strip me of all my clothes, hook something up to my arm, inject me with something, make me freaking fall asleep, wake me back up, and tell me I'm being held in, like, the Baker Act, or whatever it is, like, the crazy people hospital, like, I've been to a million freaking times, I've been to all of them, because I always go to a different one every time.